Hello, everybody, and good morning. Because I just woke up just a little bit ago. It is now 2:55 in the afternoon. I've been up for like 2 hours. So I don't know about you, but this coronavirus social distancing thing has made me quite a recluse, actually, because my husband brings me food and nobody wants me anywhere. And it's kind of funny because I feel like I should wrap myself in saran wrap if I want to go out somewhere. But actually, I have gone out a few times and made sure I was properly covered. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. And I hope you have everything that you need. And if not, I encourage you to ask and reach out and get help from neighbors, friends, even me. There are some things I've been doing lately, taking toilet paper and cleaning products to people who can't get out to the stores and things like that. And even though I'm immune compromised, I'm far better off than most. So no worries here so far. Hopefully there aren't any at your house either. So welcome back from spring break, which supposedly during spring break, I was supposed to be putting all my classes online. And I was like, that's not how I'm going to spend my spring break. No, I'm going to spend my spring break in my home, redecorating everything. This room is actually newly painted. And this is actually supposed to be my office, but it may be my grandson's room. We don't know. So it's a very neutral gray color, as you can see, and we're building a new room downstairs. And I may be going back to my old home office, which you all will recognize the lovely Victorian or colonial blue color of that office, because I want to make my office look like Alexander Hamilton's, I guess, which was actually light green. So awkward. But the point is that you will see perhaps just this background for the rest of the semester, or perhaps multiple backgrounds for the rest of the semester as we adjust to being home. My husband is actually working 10-hour days. I am actually at home sleeping a lot and catching up. And also, apparently, now I will be recording lectures every day. Now, in case you haven't been paying attention, people like John Oliver and Stephen Colbert are less funny every day. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching this. And part of the reason is because they're trying to work without an audience. And I feel so much empathy for them, because trying to teach you without you being here is very, very difficult. We lose a sort of synergy or synergistic effect of all of you contributing to the learning community. So while a lot of people are like, oh yeah, well, we have this solution, and it is true, this is a solution for our current problem, and I think it's a great solution for our current problem. It shouldn't replace education completely in the future. So let's hope that's not the case. But for now, we have to deal with this. So how are we going to do it? Well, you are my COM 706 class, and you know that I canceled classes before the university did, right before your midterm, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to go through a few things today, and mainly it's just going to be housekeeping, and then you'll get lectures later. And you know how I like to do lectures. I prefer to answer your questions rather than just give you a boring lecture that will make me fall asleep, because quite frankly, being at home, gray skies, gray room, trapped in here, nothing to do but craft and watch YouTube videos of leopard geckos. I actually am going crazy, and I will fall asleep very easily. For those of us who have a form of narcolepsy that's not dangerous to society, but is dangerous to be sitting on a couch alone with nobody around, you might understand how I feel. So we're going to attempt to get rid of that boredom. We're going to attempt to do this the best we can. But of course, your goal is to get through the semester and do well and learn something at the same time. And how are we going to do that? So let's talk about that. The first thing is that we are all going to have to adapt to online lectures. But as you know, my in-class lectures for COM 706 are not a lot better than the lectures that you get on the videos, just because of the nature of the subject matter. However, if you read and send me questions, whether that's on Blackboard, well, I'll be honest with you, checking email takes a lot of work out of me right now because I have to actually schedule it. So I will schedule to check my email every day, of course. As I schedule to check my email, you can email me, you could text me, whatever you want to do to get me questions about that you would like me to answer in the lectures. That will help me so much, and I think it will help you because that means you don't have to just listen to me reiterate the points that Bazell and Hertzberg are already giving you. That would be kind of pointless. I don't want you to have to teach yourself. So let's work on that the best way that we can. That being said, I told you that I had a solution for our midterm that would require us not to be together, and that is true. I do. And so the good news is that I already have that planned out. So today I will be putting up your midterm exam. Now, that might sound scary to you, but don't let it scare you. I'll tell you why. You're gonna learn about a new app, and I don't know if I can show this to you. It's in my education folder. Can we see that? I can't see it. Maybe you can. My education folder. Nope, it's not coming out very well. There is a program called VoiceThread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of my screen, and then I'm going to blow it up. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so in the upper right-hand corner, nope, still not coming out. Wow. My computer is so old. Okay, so right up here, you see a black square with a white circle. Inside that black square and white circle is actually the letters VE. This stands for voice thread. VoiceThread. Now, VoiceThread is something that we use, and I've been using it actually for several years now because my cousin in Pennsylvania, who works at Pennsylvania State University, which some of you might know, was one of the first to go completely online following their spring break. She's actually the director of online distance education up there, and she told me about this. So, I told you that my midterms were, we get together in a room and we talk. This is when my finals go to, and we chit chat, and then I evaluate that, right? You all were like, okay, sure, Dinesh, whatever, go right ahead. So the way that this works is similar to that, only it's not in real time. And oh my gosh, look at how low tech I'm about to be. Just check this out. I'm using my daughter's colored pencils. VoiceThread. I think it's backwards for you guys. I haven't learned how to write backwards. Oh, anyway, if you can read this, it says VoiceThread. I'm just trying to help you out with the app's name. It is free. You don't have to get it on your phone. You can just get it on your computer. VoiceThread.com, I think, is the actual address. And what happens is I will be inviting you to join a discussion. That discussion is going to be our exam. So will you have your books in front of you? Sure, I guess you will. Will you have time to think out your answers? Absolutely. The great thing about VoiceThread is that you can respond with audio, you can type a text, you can upload a document, you can record a video of yourself. Any of those things that you want to do in response to each other. Or if you want to start a new part of the thread, start a new part of the thread. That it's not a problem at all. What I do is I put up a question, and it's on what's known as a slide. It looks like a PowerPoint slide. And essentially what I do is I type that up, and you guys see it, and you respond to it as you want. If you want to reply to somebody, hit reply to that person. If you want to just answer the question, answer it, start a discussion. You will be amazed at how amazing this is. It actually does. It's the only way I know to evaluate your ability to converse about rhetorical theory, which again, the goal of this course is to make you conversant in rhetorical theory. So hopefully it will work. Now, what we should do is use this midterm, excuse me, sort of as a, what's the best word? Experiment for you all, in a way. Normally what I do is I leave these up for exactly 1 week, and then I let you guys answer for that week, and then I evaluate it. But what we'll do is, since I know none of you have this probably yet on your computers or on your phones or anything else, what I'm going to do is basically put up sort of a standard question of check-in. Let me know that you've got this working so that all 4 of you can get it working. And then we'll move on to the actual midterm, and the time limit on that will be flexible. Obviously, the goal in a rhetorical theory class, particularly a graduate class, is to have discussion, to have you write papers, to have you demonstrate to me that you understand theory. That is not done with a pencil and paper, fill in the blank, multiple choice question test. It's just stupid. So what we're doing instead is we are going to do it this way so that you have a chance to show me what you know and not show me what you don't know. So don't tell me what you don't know. Okay, just tell me what you do know, and use that to the best of your abilities in any way that you can. By the way, you do not need to do an excessive 10-minute answer. You'll have multiple options to answer whenever you want on multiple questions. So don't be fearful of cutting yourself off at any given point in time. In other words, don't suck up all the cyberspace. All right, so there we go. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I'm going to be putting that up today, and you should get an invite from me, I believe. I hope. I think that's how that works. If not, it'll be on Blackboard, and there will be an invite link sent to you though. So one or the other. Be on the lookout for it. The second thing that we need to do is figure out what the schedule is for the rest of the semester. And hey, here's a shocker. Keep up with reading, and I'll keep up with whatever lecturing needs to be done based off your questions, and I guess based off of the schedule, which is still pretty easy to follow for us. And then also your papers are due whenever you want to turn in your paper. So none of the assignments have changed. Nothing is different, with the exception of you won't have to see me, or we don't have to cancel class, I guess is the way I should put it. And we get to do this on our own time, and we might learn a little bit more than we thought we would. And finally, the test and presentation is going to change a little bit. Now, for the presentation, I may try Google Hangouts or Google Meet or Skype or something where all 5 of us can get together and try to do that presentation in real time. But we will see how that goes over the course of the next few weeks. Chances are good that even if they tell us to go back to classes, I'm sure you all have figured out by now that I probably won't be there because the risk to me is pretty high. First of all, I was born prior to 1990, and which makes me old, apparently. And secondly, of course, you know I'm immune compromised in multiple ways. However, piece of irony for you, and if we are going to talk about the rhetoric of science, which you were supposed to read for this week, so I think we were supposed to read it, Vico. We read Vico yet in here? Maybe we did already. We talked about him. Oh, no, you have a question. That's right. Your first question on your midterm is about Vico. This is great. Talking about the rhetoric of science. Interesting point. Of course, our president keeps saying that hydrochloroquine is actually going to, or quine, I'm not sure which way it's pronounced, will actually be one of the things that helps the COVID-19 virus. That was redundant. And I'm on it. So I've been on it for just about 4 months. So not real long, but 4 or 5 months I'm getting it. And it's been extremely effective with my sarcoidosis. So maybe I'm on the solution for it already, which of course, that is just anecdotal evidence, not actual scientific data. So we don't know for sure that it's going to cure anything or treat anything. It seems to be helping people with the symptoms. And as that is the case, and as the FDA tests that and makes sure that it does, in fact, on their expedited research agenda, as that comes along, we may find that it is, in fact, prescribed for COVID-19. It is not prescribed for sarcoidosis. So the irony of that is that the Cleveland Clinic up in Cleveland, Ohio, and UPMC, University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, have been working with antimalarials and their effect on interstitial lung diseases for a long time, actually, and not just interstitial lung diseases, but also autoimmune diseases. So since sarcoidosis is both, they've been using antimalarials for a while. This is my first go-round with it, And I don't know. I mean, it's been successful apparently with some people. As to whether or not it'll put me in remission, that is questionable. But look at the rhetoric surrounding this thing. Oh, the president says it's going to cure everything. We're fine. It's fixed. The FDA, Dr. What is it, Fauci, is saying, maybe not. And the head of the CDC, excuse me, and the head of the FDA is going, whoa, wait, we haven't tested anything yet, which of course that is their job. So as you've read, Vico, I hope that you've been watching the news on that, because that has been fascinating. Just about as much as this lecture of 15 minutes and 23 seconds, which is not a lecture. It's just, hey, how you doing? Check in. All right, so everybody check in. Everybody try to get VoiceThread. Look into it. Let's spend this week reading Vico, trying out VoiceThread, whatever it is that you need to do to catch up. I know that some of you are stuck at home with your kids, or stuck at home from work, or just plain stuck at home. Be me. So just, I understand. And hopefully a little interaction this way. There's definitely a lot of social distance between us as I sit in what looks like a cubicle. It's actually a very cute room, I promise. We got a little bit of floral here and some candles. But, me and my crafting from Dollar Tree. This is not coffee, it's water. Just want to let you know that. All right, everybody. So let's do this thing. Okay, so within the next 24 hours or so, I'll probably hear from some of you. You know what the schedule is. You keep reading. You keep checking out VoiceThread. Let me know if there's any trouble, and we'll be in touch very, very soon. You'll hear from me this evening. I was going to say this afternoon, but I think we've passed afternoon. We're getting into evening. You'll hear from me soon, I guess, is the point. And I can't get my mouse to work, which is really awkward. So I can't even get my computer to stop recording me. Here we go. See you all in a bit. Bye.